So we've all heard of red flags. It's a term that often is used to describe negative character traits like stay away, red flag, green flags, positive character traits. But both of those are typically easier to spot than so-called beige flags. That's a term TikToker Caitlin McPhail coined more than a year ago with videos like this.
Any reference to extremely mainstream sitcoms, if you're looking for the Pam to your Jim, I'm just going to assume you have no deeper meaning. Like, reference the Mighty Boosh or Get Out, you know? The next one is using puppies to hide your lack of personality.
Emery and I don't think that's a beige flag. Since Caitlin began talking about her own beige flags, the term has taken off. Over 750 million videos have been posted to TikTok with the hashtag beige flag. And Caitlin McPhail joins us now from Sydney, Australia, to talk about this trend that she essentially started. Great to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, so there's a debate. We weren't even sure.
Yeah,
I'm old, so I was like, what is this TikTok trend thing?
Right.
What is beige flag? So we each, in our thinking, came up with a beige flag for each other. I always say that Anne-Marie, that she's so smart. Like, I always feel inadequate when it's true.
God.
I come and talk to you about like an issue or a problem I have, and Anne-Marie is always able to be like, Vlad, it's so obvious, like what you're missing is this. And I'm like, oh. So I don't know, that's kind of how I took beige flags to be.
Caitlin, let me step into this arena. Which one shall I pick?
Okay, there's probably Emery's like,
no, I got
from
one.
the list
I got
that
one.
I have.
And Caitlin kind of reinforced this for me when she said references to sort of generic TV shows, references to The Simpsons, references to The Office. Yes, everyone likes The Simpsons and The Office. But here's what Vlad does that I call a beige flag. He has an encyclopedic memory for lines from movies and TV. And then if you don't recognize what he's talking about, he insists on you watching a video of the scene. If no video is available on YouTube, he will then act out the entire scene and expects, did you hear that laugh? He expects you to laugh that heartily. And sometimes you're like, I still don't get it. I still don't get it. I call that a beige flag.
We have worked together.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible. But, you know, it takes some patience. Is that a legit beige flag?
Yeah, I think so. It originally started as like a dating app based thing of like signs that they don't put much effort in, or they've got like big generic interests on there.
Right, like I like Seinfeld and I like The Office, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone likes those shows.
So does everyone.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's really funny. I don't know. Okay, Anne-Marie has she's an early adopter of every type of technology. Again, I don't know if this is a beige flag. You'll tell me, Caitlin. She's an adopter of every type of technology that comes down the pike, even the stuff that you're like, would anybody really ever want to use that? And the thing is, spend a lot of money when you are an early adopter of tech stuff, right? Yeah. Like, you know.
I'm guilty.
Is that a beige flag?
I would say no, because it's a really niche interest. Like, it's something about you that is very specific to you. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people similar, but it's not like a super generic thing that comes up a lot.
Caitlin,
so wait, if you were dating and you met somebody online and that person was like, you know what I really like to spend my money on is remember those Google glasses that look like,
Yes. And then she would say, oh, you're a gadget girl, so you should maybe hook up with other gadgety people. That's very specific.
Yeah,
it's not generic.
Exactly.
So I understand this concept perfectly. All right, but I want to ask you, what made you come up with this term to begin with?
It definitely came from spending a lot of time in and out of dating apps, in the trenches. But I was seeing a lot of content around like the red flags that everybody kind of knows about and has talked about a lot. And what I was seeing when I was kind of going through these apps and seeing the same thing over and over again is like, it kind of felt like everyone was either just answering the same way because it was easier, or answering in a way that they thought would appeal to the most people.
Right.
But to me, it just seems pointless to try and get the broadest audience on a dating app if you're trying to find like a more specific person.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And by the way, Caitlin, once this segment is over and the show's over, Anne-Marie, I did say she's smarter than me. She's going to spend the next 20 minutes really explaining to me what I'm missing about understanding what a beige flag is. But how did it feel to see this term that you basically coined go viral? And did you think that it would take off the way that it did?
It's definitely kicked off again. I kind of started making this content about a year ago, and it went sort of semi-viral last year, but it's really like gone off chops this year. It's definitely morphed a little bit into that more of like not necessarily a deal breaker.
Right,
To me, it seems now a little bit more like something that couples can apply to like partners that they know quite a lot about, rather than like an indicator when you haven't met someone yet of what they might be like. So slightly different spin on the definition, but it's definitely absolutely gone for it online.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
it
cool.
did make me think about, because I was like, we're not on dating sites anymore, so I thought about my own marriage and like,
Speak for yourself. No, I'm only kidding. I love my wife.
He does,
I'm married. I have a beautiful daughter at home.
So I thought to myself, though,
Lucky you guys.
if my husband had a beige flag, it's that he could get a PhD in napping. And it drives me bonkers and it's a little jealous because I can't nap. And he can just sit on the couch and he's out. And it's not a deal breaker, obviously.
Does he get up and say, but Anne-Marie, studies have shown that humans and adult males specifically should nap more to prevent things like Alzheimer's and cancer. We don't get enough sleep.
Let me tell you something. If he got up and said that wouldn't be a beige flag. That would be a red flag all the way, because that is irritating as heck. No, he doesn't, and he knows better.
Oh my God.
He gets up.
We've been working together for 8 years, and this is why we can do this segment like this, because this is so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Caitlin, thank you so much for spending some time with us. This is really, really fascinating.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.